One of these days, I'm going to do live commentary again just to see how well I do. But today is not the day. Because this is... Actually, this would have been a good one to do live commentary too, because it's an important one. It's kind of an important flashpoint. It's the Foundry. But, well... Also, you may notice, or even if you don't notice, if you look at the chat box, it's the same healer from the last time. Same healer from the boarding party. That's how I know I'm in good hands. It doesn't guarantee I'm in good hands, but it's nice. It's nice to team up with people that you know you've worked with before. This is a long one. Like, I think from this point on, they're all gonna get longer, probably because of the difficulty and whatnot. Like, without counting the under-level tank that we had prior in the Academino 5, this is the longest flashpoint for the most adequately geared team I have seen so far. This is the longest flashpoint for the level of gear that we should have to go through this with little trouble.
Helmsman, set course for the Foundry.
Acknowledged.
Also, why is she
Laying in
dressed
course.
like a slave?
Any words to the crew before the assault?
Why is she dressed up like some Jabba the Hutt slave?
This mission will be dangerous, but no one gets left behind. No one gets sacrificed. You have my word.
Course set. Engaging hyperdrive. Transmitting authorization codes to the Republic fleet. They're allowing us to pass the blockade. Approaching the Foundry. Receiving transmission.
This is landing control to Republic cruiser Doran Sky. You're 6 hours off schedule. Is there a problem?
I won't be interrogated by some peon. Get out of my way so I can land this ship and make my report to your superiors.
I'm sorry, sir, but Look, I can bring you into dock, but you'll need to remain aboard the ship. I can't clear you.
We're docked. Estimate 2 minutes until our fleet arrives and the battle begins. If I may be so bold, I suggest you take the offensive.
We're the Sith. Why don't we have a not offensive? Technically, we're the Empire. Because, you know, Sith are the Dark Jedis of the Empire. You know, there's a bounty hunter. There's an Imperial agent. There's all the people on this ship. They're not technically Sith. They're Empire, so... Going on about that, all of the non-Jedi-like people within the Empire, like even the higher-ups, like, not the Moffs, because I know the Moffs are Empire, but the, what are they called? The Imperial Guard. The guys that dress in all red, that was with the, that was with Palpatine. Like, do they count as Sith, technically? Because, as far as I'm aware, they're not Force users. I could be wrong, like some could be Force users, I don't know, but I don't remember them ever using the Force in any published works or like films or anything that I've seen, or even games. Like on all else fails, for those people, just like what games have they been in that they're like playable or something? The Lego games. That's it. That's my frame of reference. They're not counted as a Force using character. So, like I guess some could use the Force, but I don't think that they are technically Sith because they're not, you know, Dark Jedi. Nah. Nah, I don't think so. There's going to be a lot of me rambling about nothing that's really important, because this is a long ass flashpoint, and only.
We'll stay behind to defend the step and guard your escape route. Good luck.
Okay. Only bits are important. Like, I can think of 2 bits. 2 bits that would say that again. There are 2 bits that require me to shut up because they are somewhat important. Other than that, you're gonna get basically over 50 minutes of me just saying shit. So good luck with that. I will admit though, that the first bit of those 2 bits, possibly my favourite thing in the game so far, purely because of what it is. Like, you see it, and if you don't instantly go like, oh my god, this is the best thing ever, there's something wrong with you. There is objectively something wrong with you. And if you don't like it, or the character that does it, then you might want to go home and rethink your life. Unless you are home, in which case, stop watching and rethink your life. Because seriously.
We're monitoring the fleet battle. The Republic surrounded the Foundry. We won't be getting reinforcements.
I'm gonna get this out of the way now. I honestly think I did terribly in this dungeon. Like in the later points when you stop fighting droids and you just more or less fight Jedi after Jedi after Jedi. I feel like I did bad. Because there comes a few fights like near the end where I just don't hold aggro. I either use my AoE taunt too early, like when there's no fear of me losing the aggro, but I use the taunt just in case. In which case the aggro is then gone by the time my taunt is back up, so that's a problem. And also I just sort of tunnel vision on certain enemies at some point. Like I start to think, okay, these guys can handle the others so long as I just focus on the strongest. Which is understandable, but it's not what a tank is for. A tank is to hold attention of all enemies, or most, not just the strongest. Which for some reason I figured will be passable.
The destroyer fire lines has gone critical. The Republic fleet is holding steady.
I mean, it worked, but still. Well, I say it worked. We didn't wipe, if I remember correctly. I died once, I think. I may have died twice. I know 1 or 2 people die in the final fight of this flashpoint, I think. I think we almost wipe on the second mini-boss. Like, it's a completely optional boss, so I'm not sure if it counts. But we do it not. I think it was optional. But we do a boss which is completely passable. Let's say that. Like, you can walk right past it. And I died, and I think 1 more person died. So there's a few deaths, Nothing too major, but there's a few deaths. We're now just running back to get one of the bonus objectives that we missed. One thing I have noticed though, there's a remarkable amount of bosses, like you're about to see it coming up. There's a remarkable amount of bosses which is like, there's no mechanics, it's just attack, attack, attack. Which isn't bad, but it feels like bosses that have any noticeable mechanics that I need to worry about. Like maybe there's more if you're a healer, but then again, if you're a healer, you're always worrying about pretty much just the same stuff, just keeping people alive. And also, these are flashpoints, these aren't raids. So, like even in WoW, a lot of the dungeons had stuff, stuff to it. Not originally, but like later in after Lich King, Cataclysm, and to a lesser extent, Burning Crusade. I don't know about Mr. Pandaria, I've never played it. And I'm probably not going to play Legion, although Legion looks really enticing because of the Demon Hunter class that they've added. Which is like, yeah, we can be Illidan now. Fuck yeah, we can be Illidan. Second hero class in days. Actually, that makes me understand. It's the second hero class. Second hero class that they created. Wrath of Lich King came out in 2008. There hasn't been like it's been like actually even if it doesn't come out this year, it comes out next year. Then that's like 8 years since a hero class was created. Wasn't there a thing going around that they would do one like every other expansion? Whatever happened to that?
Stop. It's time we talked. I am the master of the Foundry. Once the Emperor's prisoner, now the man you've come to destroy.
You have my attention. 300 years ago, I found your empire in the stars and stood against the Emperor himself. I was betrayed, defeated.
I paid the price as the Emperor ravaged my mind over centuries. But I gave him nothing. I am proof that the dark side can be resisted.
You say you're a Jedi. You say you fought the Emperor?
In my time, servants of the Sith invaded the Republic. I gave up everything to seek their masters, and I discovered Droman Kaas. I've seen the Emperor's corruption. He and everything he's built must be destroyed, or the galaxy will suffer forever. You don't need to die with him. Surrender, and you can wait out this war as comfortable prisoners.
Talk to me. We can work for peace together.
I've been betrayed one time too many. You leave me no choice but to turn the Foundry against you. These machines are extermination droids. My infinite army. Farewell.
Imperative. Extermination units converge on intruders. Psycholocutor and observer specialties report to tactical control.
Anyway. As I was saying before I got distracted by World of Warcraft 3. It's like, there's a lot of bosses, like there's a high ratio of bosses in this game. Which isn't like, here's a mechanic to go with the boss fight, it's just okay, nuke it down. hit it and never stop hitting it. You don't have to run from place to place, you don't have to sidestep anything. Just attack, attack, attack. Which again isn't bad per se. It's just like I feel like not a lot of thought went into the design, and therefore not a lot of thought goes into the combat. Like most of the boss fights, you can just spam your attacks. Like not spam, but you know, if you know what works best in the rotation. Like I haven't got my rotation down, but at least I have a rough idea of what to use when. What would be the biggest benefit at that time. So long as like you are fairly competent in your rotation, you can just sit there and just spam it. You can think about other things, just spam it, it's all good. No one say shit to you. Also, how I can force choke a droid, I still don't understand. But I can apparently. Yeah, it was this fight, okay. In this encounter, I had an interruption, I couldn't exactly stop playing. So I just sort of I had to deal. Didn't go well. I get a few interruptions during this, but none of them are as quite bad as that. When I stood in front of that enemy and didn't even attack. I'm looking at the timeline and I'm just amazed. We're not even halfway through yet. We're about a third now. How many bosses are there in this? I remember 3. Actually 4. I remember 4 bosses. There's the one we just had. There's the really enjoyable one, which I think is coming up soon. There's the one that we all died, well, I died at.
At this rate, you'll perish well before then.
And the final one. So that might be it actually, it might be 4 bosses. In which case there's a lot of shit before boss 3 and boss 4. Oh yes, I got nothing to say because a lot of this is just, you know, walking and fighting. Like, more so than the rest of the game, if you know what I mean. Oh, here's the good bit.
Assessment. You have been exceedingly sporting during our hunt. I am HK-47, the Master's most faithful ally. Once a mere assassin droid, it is now my burden and joy to command the Foundry's mechanical armies.
HK-47.
You think a lot of yourself.
Objection. My pride is entirely warranted. The extermination droids are my Master's crowning achievement. They are equipped with bioscanners capable of detecting Sith genetic material. Any organics with Sith ancestry will be slaughtered. This includes 97.8% of the Imperial population.
Too bad my species doesn't have any Sith genetic material.
Commentary. Unfortunately for you, the Master still wants you dead. Your bones will make excellent trophies to commemorate my return to assassination. Prejudice set to maximum.
Yes.
Commentary.
HK
Appreciate my efforts here.
40 fucking 7. Do you understand who this is?
Retraction. You're not entirely unskilled.
It also
after
all but
all.
clarifies
Activating
who
assassination
the escaped
protocol.
Jedi that we're looking for is. If you didn't know. If you played this game without playing Kotor 1 and 2 for whatever reason. But then you have no idea of knowing who HK-47 is, and ah god, HK-47 is the best. He is the best character in Kotor. In Star Wars. You can have your opinions, it's fine, you can say whoever's the best, but you're wrong. If you say that anyone other than HK-47 is the best, you are objectively wrong. But by all means, go ahead. Think what you will. Scrubs. Oh my god, HK-47 is the best thing ever. There's apparently a quest line in the game to get your own HK, I think, 51? But I don't know how to get that. I don't know what that entails. Actually, why would it be HK-51? Because, HK-51s are around in KOTOR 2. That's 300 years in the past compared to this game. Or maybe like 295, but still.
Units, converge.
Like, I'm not sure exactly how many years passed between KOTOR 1 and KOTOR 2. But still, it's why like if your companion that you can get through a quest line is HK-51, he's horribly outdated. Like HK-47 alone is horribly outdated. It's still the best thing ever. He should be on like HK-782 by now. HK-626, something like that.
birth.
I tell you what, if I didn't want to play Kotor again beforehand, playing this dungeon, Flashpoint, really brought back the Kotor vibes. Also bothers me that you can't attack him when he's in the middle. And here's where I do something stupid. Because I couldn't attack him, I thought, oh, is there something I meant to do? So I saw this flash and was like, oh, okay, I should do this then. Nope. Nope, the thing was just getting ready to drop, and what I just did was a bonus objective. So well done, mate. I think I turn around and they're all trying to kite HK. Nah. Either I misremembered or that's a different part of the fight that I might have missed. But I swear at one point I did something stupid and then I turn around and everyone's trying to kite the boss while I'm doing something else entirely. Wait for the thing to drop. Drop the hammer, Dom. There we are. Dom, we gotta drop the hammer. I still haven't played Gears of War 2 or 3. I'll be honest. I think I have to. Like I played Gears of War 1 and I was like, alright, this is an alternative to Call of Duty and Halo, I guess, but it's not the best. Then I got Gears of War 2. I think I played it through once, but I remember nothing about it. And I have not played or cared about Gears of War 3. So we just killed HK-47. We just killed HK-47. We killed the best Star Wars creation other than lightsabers and the Force. One of the best things in Star Wars, and it wasn't even created by George Lucas. It was actively made uncanon by George Lucas and Disney. Like out of characters, HK-47 is the best. Fuck your films, fuck your books, HK-47, yo. I say that I've never read the books. I have an entire pile of like mint condition comics still in their like plastic sleeve things. Haven't read them. Don't intend to. Mainly because if I just go keeping the comics, be like, okay, I'll read these. But because they're in the sleeve thing, I am so, what's the word? Paranoid. Because these are like decades old. I am paranoid that I will fuck them up the moment I take them out of the packaging. So it's like, okay, these things, these are collector things. As such, these collector things will stay in collector condition. I am not touching, I am not reading, they stay as they are. Highly paranoid about that. And I got them about 5 years ago. Still refuse. And I intend to keep them for a long time. Like, I might keep them for like a couple decades or so and then sell them. just because I have a few complete issue runs, I think. I need to double check, but on the top I remember seeing like 1 of 6, and I have like 2 of 6 for certain like characters. Like I think I have an entire Boba Fett arc that I just refuse to read because I don't want to fuck up the comic. I think I have a couple of comics based on like just Lando Calrissian, like just of him. And I think just of Leia as well. I'm not sure. I haven't checked the box they're in a while, so I can't say. Saying that, I want to read it now. Damn it. Also, this thing kills me. I will say this outright. This thing kills me. Really want to take a look at those comics now, but I can't because I refuse to. Standing by my guns. My teacher gave them to me because her husband was getting rid of them and didn't sell them for some reason. He just wanted to get rid of them. So I said, "Yeah, I'll take them." He did. Like literally, the conversation was. My teacher came up to me one day, I was like, yeah, so, I heard you talk about Star Wars. I was like, you mean a couple of months ago? Yeah. I don't talk about it often in class, but yeah, I talk about Star Wars. Okay. Because she seems to be the only person I know in the school that seems to like Star Wars a lot. I like it quite a bit. Great, my husband's getting rid of a bunch of his Star Wars comics. Do you want them? Oh. Comics, you say? Oh yeah, Star Wars comics. He got them like new years ago. So they're still like in their funny little plastic things. Do you want them? Sure. Well, okay then. Okay, cool. I'll bring a box in tomorrow. You can get them from my car at the end of school. All right, I can do that. And so the next day, at the end of school, I'm sitting there in the parking lot, just with taking a giant box of comics out of my teacher's trunk, out of the boot of her car. I can only imagine her husband's face if he would have been there. He would have been like, "Nah, please don't take them. Nah, I want these." Like I don't know why he had so many, and then just got rid of them. Like she said, he had some doubles, but unless everything I got was a double. I got a lot, so I can't imagine that all of them were doubles. If they were all doubles, then damn, this guy's collection. If all of that was just doubles that he didn't need.
Can you hear us? They're using the Foundry's weapon system to hold back our fleet. You need to take control.
Also, I can say that from this point on, this is the exact moment in the flashpoint where my tanking ability seems to take a drop. Not sure why. My working hours are also going back to normal for a bit, so hopefully I can get back to recording regularly, because it's been as much as I enjoy my recording, there's a few issues with just recording like 8 hours in a row on the one day I get free, just so I have stuff to show. I mean, it's fun and all, but I'd rather not sink all of my recording into a single day. Like, do a few hours one day, a few hours another day, that's great. I don't want to sink all of my recording time into a singular day. That being said, as soon as I get The Witcher 3, all of my recording is going in on a singular day. Because that trilogy...
We've got droids attacking the ship. We can't maintain a comm channel.
Because that trilogy, yo. Also, I'm not sure if I mentioned it in a previous video, because I'll admit this postcom has been a few days since recording and editing of other videos, so I can't say for certain. But I feel like this is coming to an end, this series, because not including the expansions, which I might look into at some point, I've beaten chapter 2. I'm on chapter 3 right now. The last chapter of the game. So, shit's getting near the end. I feel like I have mentioned that. I might have mentioned that in boarding party, probably, because I did that post-com a few days ago. So there's a chance I said it then. But yeah, so this is probably coming to an end soon. In which case, maybe Kotor 1 and 2. Here's the thing, I know I'm going to do Kotor 1. I know I'm going to do Kotor 2. My question is, what will I do first? Kotor 1 or Dragon Age Origins? I'm just saying, I want the BioWare games that I love done. I want to get the BioWare games that I love done, because it gives me an excuse to play them again. That's really it. I just want an excuse to play those games again. And if I'm doing them on here, I feel like I'm more inclined to do them 100% as best I can. Like all side missions and stuff. Like if I just play it for myself, I'll probably just go through. These are the quests I need to do. These are ones I can ignore. I don't need to get too attached to these party members, to this party member. I don't need to listen to this party member's thing. Whereas if I'm doing on here, it's like, okay, I want to show and do everything. I want everything this game has to offer. And then comes the big question. Will I look up stuff about the games beforehand, or will I just jump into it and see how much my memory can save? Like booting up Kotor 1, picking a scoundrel and putting all of my stats into strength. No demolitions or awareness or anything, no stealth, all into strength. Like that's a bad idea. If you want to be a strength build, which is what I almost always am, be a soldier. I think out of all the times I've completed the Kotor 1, I've been a scoundrel once, a scout once, and a soldier like a good 17 times. Now that I think about it, how many times have I completed KOTOR 2 in comparison to KOTOR 1? Like KOTOR 1 I've completed like, I say 17, that's an exaggeration. I completed KOTOR 1 like 9 times total. Whereas KOTOR 2 I think I've completed 2 or 3 times. Like, it's an alright game. It's just an incomplete mess. Like, so many story threads and factors and parts of planets and like entire planet storylines and cutscenes and things. It's just like completely ripped out of the game for time constraints. Like, I think it was. I can't remember. I think it was EA, because EA is behind this as well. So I think it was EA. I was like, okay. So how's the game coming along? Yeah, it's coming great, boss. Okay, good. Make it get out before, by Christmas. But it's gonna take longer than get it out by Christmas. Things have to be cut for days.
That HK unit you destroyed, he waited loyally for 300 years. I can rebuild him, but it won't be the same. Can't you see you're on the wrong side? The Emperor is death. For you, for me, for the galaxy.
You're only making this more painful for yourself.
I have done what no one else could do. As a young Jedi, I went to war. I accepted violence and darkness, and the Emperor called to me from across the galaxy. He made me a Sith Lord and named me Darth Revan. I killed for him. I turned on the Republic. But I have found redemption.
300 years ago, the Republic didn't know the Empire existed. How did you get the attention of the Emperor?
I discovered hints of your Empire on dead lost worlds. Korriban and Malachor. The Emperor felt it, and he summoned me. I nearly destroyed the Republic, and that nearly destroyed me. When the Jedi returned me to the light, my memory was shattered. It took me years to track and confront the Emperor again. I tried to end him, and he murdered my companions and locked me away.
For 3 centuries you've been steeping in hate. Now that you're free...
All those years in his prison, I could feel him in my mind, drawing on my connection to the Force. But I was in his mind too, fighting him. Only I've been both Jedi and Sith, and found clarity in the Force. Only I understand him, and his death is my responsibility.
No talking. It's time to die.
I've saved the Republic twice before. I've fought Mandalores and armies of the dark side. You won't stop me.
So that right there, that was basically a... I wouldn't say a plot dump, it's more of a passing reference to both KOTOR 1, a bit of KOTOR 2, and the expanded comics that take place after KOTOR 2, involving Revan and the main character of KOTOR 2, Revan and the Exile. They go off, look for the like, I guess it's not really spoilers at this point, but at the end of KOTOR 1, Revan feels the dark presence of the Emperor and then sets off into unknown parts of the galaxy to look for him, to kill him basically, or at least to see how big the threat is. And he goes off, and then people are like, okay, so when the fuck did Revan go? Because he basically didn't tell. I think the only person who told was probably Karth and Canderous. But so like Bastion and everyone's like, okay, so but where the fuck did Revan go? he's gone. Where did Revan go? And then Kotor 2 comes along. It's like, yo, what's up? I'm the exile. I'm a boss. Circle Revan in the war, isn't it? You can do all sorts of boss things with the exile. And then we get into that. It's like, okay, so you guys do your thing. I've saved the galaxy for you. I'm gonna look for Revan. Are you sure you don't need? No, it's cool. It's cool. Don't need to come with me. I'm gonna look for Revan on my own. You guys do your thing. I'm gonna look for Revan. And then the exile fucks off. And then my knowledge of the comic books from that point is Revan gets captured by the Emperor, I think, or captured by some Sith, and reaches out in the Force and contacts the exile who's looking for Revan. Then the exile finds Revan. I'm gonna keep saying the exile because I don't remember the exile's name. But so the exile finds Revan, saves Revan, and then I think someone who they trusted, who the exile either brought with them or made friends with along the way, then betrays them and he's like, oh, by the way, exile, stabbed in the back. You dead now. Revan, back to the Emperor with you. And that's basically it. That's a nice summary of Revan's adventures. Fucks off to fight the Emperor, gets kidnapped, gets saved, gets kidnapped again. One of the most powerful Jedi and Sith known in the Star Wars universe, canon or uncanon. And he gets kidnapped twice. And is now getting his arse beat by a bunch of no-ones. I'm not sure if I can interrupt that, so I don't know why I didn't try. Yeah, it might be possible. And I could have shield warded that. I think I shield warded the first one, but I didn't shield ward the second one. I think there was no cooldown. Not sure. And this is also where, well, it was earlier, but this is why I started to think that he's not really tauntable.
I am nothing. Now I know how you felt, my friend.
See, like, did he die? I don't know. I don't know if he died there or not. I mean, there's a chance he could have just disappeared.
This is station control to the Imperial fleet. The Foundry is ours.
Excellent work, all of you. We lost good men in the fleet battle, but we're mopping up the last of the Republic ships now. I assume the Jedi Master has also been eliminated?
The Jedi will never be a problem again.
Almost a pity to see him go. I think we learned a great deal, testing ourselves against him. As soon as we're secure, Darth Malgus wants you back on the flagship. There's still much to discuss. Fenrir, out.
So that was the Foundry, by the way. I just sort of stopped talking. I assumed it would end, but there's still a couple minutes left. Not many. Like 2. But I just sort of stopped talking there. I was like, alright, we're done. But we're not. Well, we are, because another cutscene's coming up, but still. So yeah, that's Revan. That's Revan, HK-47 and the Foundry. Killed HK-47. Revan either died or just force teleported. I'm not sure. It's the Force. He ain't got to explain shit. I do want to play Kotor 1 and 2 again now. All of this Kotor talk.
The battle is won, my lord. The Foundry is ours.
And it shall be a fine weapon, once wielded properly. This is how the Empire will prevail, not only through superior armament, but through superior individuals. Without your team, we could never have struck such a blow, or defeated the heretic Revan.
You could have told me who the Foundry's master really was.
Revan has followers within the Empire, and the secret had to be kept. I apologize if you feel ill-used.
3 centuries ago, Revan was strong in the dark side. A fallen Jedi the Emperor took an interest in. But he rebelled and had to suffer. Now his story is ended.
You had no right to keep that information from me.
You misunderstand your role.
Our teams
Bitch,
are
the
going
amount
over
I've
the
done
Foundry.
for you.
It'll take some work, but everything should be salvageable. Even the HK.
I forgot he said that.
It may have useful memories.
And that was my exact
and it
reaction
could be upgraded.
when he said that to me.
Regardless, we have a new army and a victory
He a
for the
bitch.
ages. One to
He a
prove
no
would-be
George
Sith
Malek
or Jedi
bitch.
master
Look
is a
at you,
match for the Empire.
bald-faced motherfucker. The
Celebrations
shit
have
I've
begun
done for
on
you.
Kass, and soon the cheers of the people will become a battle cry as the true war begins.
The Republic will fall, and the Empire will crush its enemies one by one.
Enjoy the fruits of your success.